Hey, welcome, guys. It is Thursday night. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday night, July 10th, in preparation for Friday, July the 11th. Wanted to pick back up with Mark Weinstein. If you recall, when we left off, he had just lost over $600,000 on limit down, limit down, limit down on his trade. He was losing, how much per day was it? Um, he was losing about $125,000 a day, and at that time, the annual salary was $15,000 a year. So he ended up losing over 600,000 on that trade. And he had ripped all the charts off his walls, tore everything up in his house, and had didn't want to have anything to do with commodities. So Swagger asks him, says, "When did you begin trading again?" And Mark Weinstein says, "After a few months, I started trading the Amex stocks. I found it amazingly slow. I missed the leverage of the commodities market. I did not think I could successfully support myself trading stocks. Around that time, I ran into a friend who is a great options trader. I told him about my experience, and he suggested that I join him. In my first week at his office, he told me to buy Teledyne calls right before the expiration because he was sure they were going to go up. So I followed his advice, and the calls completely collapsed." Swagger asks him, says, "Well, how much did you lose?" He said, "About $40,000. I felt extremely hostile, but I did not want to show it because he never promised me any results. I was so upset that I walked out of the office and I did not come back for 2 days. He tried reaching out to me during that time, but I did not return his calls. Finally, he got a message to me through a mutual friend." Jack Swagger says, "Was he upset that he had given you bad advice?" Mark Weinstein says, "Well, when I came back to the office, he told me that he had done the exact opposite trade in another account and that the trade was mine. So I did not really lose any money." Swagger says, "Well, that sounds like an awfully odd type of a practical joke." Mark Weinstein says, "It was not a practical joke. He was trying to teach me not to place blind trust in anyone, even him. It was his way of teaching me the importance of self-reliance in being a good trader." Swagger says, "How did you do after that point?" Mark Weinstein says, "Well, I did pretty well. My friend is a phenomenal options trader. He knew everything about the market, and I learned a tremendous amount from him." "Did you trade options based on the methods that he had taught you?" asked Swagger. "Yes, that combined with my own technical analysis." Uh, Swagger says, "Your friend did not use technical analysis?" "No, he did not believe in it. He was a tape reader." Swagger says, "Has the fact that you have been an extraordinarily successful as a 100% technical trader changed his mind at all about technical analysis?" Mark says, "Not at all. He thinks technical analysis is just a crutch for me, and the real reason I make money is experience. There was a point at which we separated for a few years. He came to my office one day and watched me trade. He embraced me like a father and said, 'You finally made it.' I told him that not only had I gained a lot of experience, but I had learned just about everything there was about technical analysis, including certain things that I had created myself. He said, 'You never give up, do you? It has nothing to do with technical analysis. You are trading that way because of experience.'" Jack Swagger says, "Why did you and your options trading friend eventually separate?" Mark Weinstein says, "There was a conflict in our trading styles. He was a great trader who was willing to take the occasional large loss because he knew that he would more than make up for it with large gains and come out way ahead in the long run. However, I was uncomfortable trading that way. I preferred trading for small profits and trying to eradicate losing trades. I was not willing to take the same type of risk. Also, my approach was purely technical, whereas he was basically a tape reader. Anyway, in 1980, I decided to go off on my own. We got together again years later." Jack Swagger says, "I know that you once entered an options trading contest. Can you tell me about that?" Mark Weinstein said, "It was originally organized by two traders by the CBOE floor. They got 47 traders together, each of whom put up $5,000 in a winner take all contest. Each trader opened a $100,000 account with the same clearing firm." "How long was the contest for?" asked Swagger. "It was a 3-month contest." "What were your results?" asked Swagger. "In 3 months, keep in mind, guys, in 3 months, He said, I turned the $100,000 into over $900,000 without pyramiding, which pyramiding is using your profits to increase your leverage. So without pyramiding, just trading same size, it sounds like he turned that 100,000 into over 900,000 in 3 months after taking $1.5 million contract trading stake and losing over 600,000 in it. So that's where we're going to stop for tonight on that. Let's get into the market analysis. I don't have a whole lot on this. I did want to jump into the SPY here and show that I'm still looking, for when, if we come back down here. But as of right now, we have broke out to the upside of this 3-bar. We took out this high, which previously was at 626.28. Today we hit 626.87. So the SPYs and the ES both took out their 3-bar to the upside right now. Also, as of right now, on both the SPY and the ES, we still have this same long only pattern happening on the daily chart. So we have made this 2-period rate of change down here. You can see we are showing a little bit of divergence in that 2-period rate of change. We've flipped up for 2 days. Will we have a flip down tomorrow or not? Watch. We need to watch the opening price of the SPY. We did take out the highs. We're holding above the prior highs, and we did sort of a thrust through. Okay, so this is the prior highs here at 1323. And again, we're up at 2583 right now. So these prior highs, you can see that we moved up here, did this big move down here in the first couple months here of 2025, in which, like I said, we've taken out all those prices in the following less than 4 months, back up to the upside. So here's where we are. When we came through that prior high, we didn't jostle around up through it. We shot through it. So if this were a 5-minute candle chart and we shoot through those highs, move up, do a little move down out of a 3-bar, and then take out that high of that 3-bar, that would lead me to believe that we could still have additional upside here before we come back and check this. However, you can see that the 20-period moving average is getting close to approaching those prior highs. So anything's possible, but I just want to keep an open mind on that. The internals on the internals here, you can see that we did, let me pull that down here. You can see that we did actually make a little bit lower low on the VIX, which did support that move up today. It wasn't a tremendous push down on that VIX. However, it did support that move for this higher move today. Additionally, 3 points down from this 1850 prior high on the VIX is down here at 1550. Keeping in mind, I want to keep reminding us, a 3-point move in the VIX equals a greater probability of a sell. 3-point move up, greater probability of sell, whereas a 3-point move down, a greater probability of a buy. So if we're opening up below this 1550, kind of maybe mark that in our heads, in your notes. Let's keep an eye on that tomorrow morning. If we're opening up below that 1550, that obviously would, support us being bullish up here. We'd probably open up a price gap or price up above that. So let's keep an eye on that. However, I did want to swap over to the 65,000 tick chart. So this is the 65,000 tick chart. You can see that, where we poked above those prior highs, but then we almost immediately failed that. However, on the 65,000 tick chart right now, we are still showing that same kind of pattern. We did break out of that for a bit here. Let me scale this back. We did break out of that for a bit. We had, on this whole move up on the 65,000 tick, we were holding that slow line above the 0 on this whole move up. During this little bit of a consolidation here, we did break below it finally. Now we're back above it. So will we have continued push up, or will it have a breakdown? In the Globex session, we broke hard. We did break hard during the Globex session, but so far we're moving back up. all this is right now is we're holding above this higher congestion area. You know, we kind of came down, tested this higher congestion area, and so far we're moving back up. Let me move this down here because I know my things here. So we kind of shot down here, held this. We're now moving back up. So we want to see if we hold this higher low as a precursor of what's coming, or do we end up coming back down here today or tomorrow and finding weakness and falling down back through here. As of right now, obviously, do not try and short the all-time highs if we get back up there. It's right now there's a lot supporting the upside move on this, but you know, it's suspect. The internal, although I say that, but the internals are supporting the move. We're not getting divergences on the daily. You know, you're seeing this LBR line stay positive. So I say it's suspect. Maybe it's just because I feel like it's moved too far. But so I want to be cautious on that because, like I said, on the daily, let's go back to that here. Where did that go? Oh, that goes here. Yeah, on the daily ES and the SPY, we are just maintaining that positive line here. No break here, no indication of any break. ES U25. Even with that break today a little bit at the end of the day, it's still, let's take that off there. Even that little bit of break at the end of the day there, and that break a little bit overnight, everything's looking positive on here. So we don't want to fight that. We don't want to try and call those tops. Let's just watch and play what the market's giving us tomorrow. All right, guys, we will talk again soon. And I probably won't be here in the morning. Dustin has me out running errands, promises of a check coming my way or something. But still haven't seen that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens on that tomorrow while I'm getting their tags. So, all right, guys, trade safe. It's a Friday environment. Let's keep that in mind as well. Talk soon.